Okay. Good morning and welcome to Gemalin Manpower Training Center Incorporated here in Baras, Rizal. And welcome to Technical Drafting NC2. I will be your trainer, John Nicolay de Concora. I have prepared the 9 CBT areas, the progress chart and achievement chart, as well as the training activity matrix. And a pleasant day to all. Welcome to Gemalin Manpower Training Center Incorporated here in Baras, Rizal. And welcome to Technical Drafting NC2. Before anything else, I would like for you to answer what we call the pre-training assessment tools. This consists of the trainee's characteristics that you will be doing for 10 minutes, a pre-test for 20 minutes, and a self-assessment checklist for 10 minutes. Don't worry, this is just to gauge current knowledge and skills with regards to technical drafting and C2. So please answer this. Start with the trainee's characteristics and the pre-test. Next is the self-assessment checklist. Are you done? Okay. So with that, I will continue on welcoming you as well as the orientation for technical drafting and C2. So firstly, Gemalin Manpower Training Center Incorporated is located in Baras, Rizal. It is a TESDA accredited training and assessment center that offers courses such as domestic work NC2, electronic products and assembly servicing NC2, and technical drafting NC2. Our mission is to provide high quality training to enable our trainees. Wait, ayan. To enable our trainees to be globally competitive and easily land a job. While our vision is to have an affiliation with recruitment agencies that will help us in facilitating the deployment of our graduates. So here at Gemalin Manpower Training Center, our technical drafting NC2 workshop layout consists of 9 CBT areas. We are here right now on our computer laboratory. Opposite of the computer laboratory is the restrooms for both male and female, as well as the support service area. On our left is the institutional assessment area, which the institutional assessment will be conducted, and as well as the practical work area, which will be the demonstration or the skill part of our learning will be will be there. Adjacent to that too is the trainer's resource area, which basically is the faculty room for technical drafting NC2, and which houses the CBLMs, the curriculum guides, and the training regulations that the trainer may use in order for them to conduct the learning sessions. So at the end of the hallway naman is the learning resource area, which basically all the resources are, and as well as the contextual learning area and the distance learning area for our knowledge-based learning. So here under TESDA and Gemalin Manpower Training Center, as well as the Technical Drafting NC2 course, we use a training delivery of what we call the competency-based training. It is an approach that focuses on the competency development of the learner as the result of the training. So why do we use competency-based training? Because education and training must keep pace with the current technology and customer requirements. So under CBT, we have 10 principles. Firstly, the training is based on the curriculum developed from the competency standards. So basically, everything that we're gonna use or we're gonna learn here is from the what we call the competency standards written by TESDA. Next is learning is competency based or modular in structure. So basically, you will be learning one module at a time. And sometimes there are particular modules that have a prerequisite. So basically, you have to be able to do the previous module or to learn the previous module in order for you to move on to the next. Number 3, training delivery is individualized and self-paced. So here at competency-based training, we believe the competency development of the learner as the result of the training should be individualized. It will be based on your trainee's characteristics, your learning styles, and other situations that you may or may not have. Number 4, training is based on work that must be performed, meaning to say, that the training that you will be undergoing sa ating technical drafting NC2 should be at an industry standard. So what basically is available on the industry must be what is being taught dito sa ating training center. Number 5, training materials are directly related to the competency standards in the curriculum. So basically, all the required training materials as well as the training requirements that is based on the competency standards and the competency-based curriculum should be given to you. So we will cover all of the competency standards that you will be needing in order for you to become competent on technical drafting NC2. Number 6, assessment of learners is based in the collection of evidences of work performance based on industry or organizational required standards. So you will be assessed according to your personal development with regards to the training, the technical drafting NC2. So you will be assessed based on your current work performance as well as your current development and competence with regards to the training. Number 7, training is based on and of the job components. So basically, it will be better to have for you to have an industry immersion of what technical drafting NC2 really is about. Number 8, the system allows recognition of prior learning. I will assume that some of you have further or previous rather learning or competence with regards to technical drafting NC2, especially that this particular course is divided into two very different aspects or styles or progress on how to produce technical drafting drawings, which is on how to do it manually and how to do it using computer-aided design. Number 9, the system allows for learner to enter and exit programs at different times and levels and to receive an award for competencies attained at any point. So this is with in correlation with the principle number 3 that the training is individualized and self-paced. Meaning to say, you will be receiving an award for competencies that you are deemed competent enough, as well as there is a flexibility in our training. You don't really need to relearn stuff that you already learned as long as it is on the standard of the training regulations. And number 10, all training programs are nationally accredited within the UTPAS or the Unified Tibet Program Registration and Accreditation System. This basically says that all training programs are this basically says that all training programs from the very north of the Philippines up to the very south of the Philippines must be standardized. So we also have what we call the CBT process flow, which we will be discussing on how the process of CBT or competency-based training will be delivered. First, the trainee will enter the program. We're gonna have orientation just like what we are doing right now. Later, I will discuss my role as the trainer and your role as the trainee. And we will identify your training needs according to the results of what we call the pre-training assessment tools that you did earlier. And based on that identification of your training needs, we will organize the learning activities. Next, the trainee, will select a competency. We're going to have administer a learning agreement. I will introduce the competency-based learning materials which we will be using to learn the competencies that is required in order for you to become competent on technical drafting NC2. And I will also discuss the use of the achievement chart and the progress chart. Now, after that, you will be receiving what we call the CBLM or the competency-based learning materials. It consists of learning packages, multimedia materials, manuals, observations, practicing of the skills in the workshop, and as well as receiving assistance and feedback. Now, if you feel confident enough to be able to do the task involved with the CBLM, you, the trainee, will attempt the task. And I, as the trainer, will observe your performance, and we will both rate your performance. If you are deemed if you satisfactorily perform the competency, you will undergo what we call the institutional assessment, undergo the national assessment, and exit the program. So you will be basically doing the institutional assessment for all competencies. And if you are competent na sa on all the competencies needed for the training of technical drafting NC2, you may undergo what we call the national assessment and exit the program. Now, in the event that you did not meet the standards and you did not satisfactorily perform the competency, you may always go back to the CBLM until such time that you are competent enough for that particular skill. Now, as your trainer, I will be facilitating your learning. I will mentor you on the skills related na learning natin. I will manage your learning activities, and even on your learning progresses, I will make myself available for consultation and evaluation of your training progresses. Now, as the trainer naman, you may select what you want to learn and when you want to learn it, however you want to learn it, as long as it is within reasonable time period. You will learn at your own rate within program guidelines. You may receive credit for what you already know through the use of the recognition of prior learning. You may choose how you want to learn, and you are also responsible on what and when to learn. Now, I will introduce what we call the competency-based learning materials package. So CBLMs is simply a well-designed and carefully developed learning materials that give trainees detailed instructions to guide them throughout the learning process. It may consist of media that contain information related to work requirement, learning that is guided towards the achieving the competency required in a workplace. It may be tools that facilitate the individual learning process, or instruments that measure the competency required in the workplace. It can be learning guides, assessment materials, workbooks with activities, tasks, and content, background reading materials or documents, handouts, and other audiovisual materials, as well as industry competency standards. Here at Technical Drafting NC2, we'll be using 6 different types of learning materials, which consists of information sheets. Basically, here it is handouts of what the information that you may have to learn in order for you to progress on our training. Now, how after you read the information sheet, you will read after what we call the self-check. So you will check yourself if you really did acquire or learn the information written in the information sheet. You will assess your learning based on that information. You will be doing tasks too. So we use 3 different sheets for tasks. So first is the operation sheets, which basically is instructions for you to operate a certain equipment or machine. Na task sheet naman, on the other hand, is a sheet that has instructions for you to be able to do or demonstrate a particular task. And the job sheet naman, on the other hand, is an instructional sheet pa rin in order for you to do a particular output-based job or multiple tasks. And those different types of task sheets or instructional sheets, there is a performance criteria checklist that we will be using in order for you to gauge yourself, as well as me as your trainer. I will rate your performance based on that tasks. So under competency-based training, we have an adjectival evaluation system, which is competent and not yet competent. you will be assessed based on your competence to do a particular skill or a task. So it is adjectival in nature and not numerical. You will be assessed according to your attitude, skills, and knowledge. And for the second evaluation system naman, which is to be not yet competent, we emphasize on the word yet. So you will be given a reasonable amount of time to be able to be competent in a particular skill. So I will now introduce you to the qualification of technical drafting NC2. Under technical drafting NC2, we have a total of 10 competencies. Sorry, 14 competencies. So for basic, we have 4. Participate in workplace communication, working in a team environment, practicing career professionalism, practice occupational health and safety. Common competencies naman, we have to perform mensuration and calculation, interpret technical drawings and plans, apply quality standards, perform computer operations, and for the core competencies, we have drafting, architectural layouts and details, as well as preparing computer-aided drawings. Not included in the presentation is what we call the elective competencies for technical drafting NC2, which is to draft plumbing and sanitary layouts and details, draft structural layouts and details, draft electrical layouts and details, and lastly, draft mechanical layouts and details. Again, you will be assessed according to your attitude, your skills, and your knowledge. So here are now the pre-training assessment results. So according to these results, trainee number 1 has prior knowledge on drafting manually using the drafting architectural layouts and details using manual drafting. So I will be asking for a certain proof or evidence with regards to that particular competence or the core competency for drafting architectural layouts and details. While si trainee number 2 naman po pala has no prior knowledge of technical drafting and C2. So for tomorrow, you will be beginning your your learning development for technical drafting and C2. So see you then and see you tomorrow. So yun, welcome to Gemaline Manpower Training Center incorporated here in Baras Rizal. Welcome to our second day for technical drafting and C2. And before anything else, I would like to would like for you rather to fill up this attendance. So please. Okay, done na po. Okay, so we may continue. According to our training activity matrix, trainee number 1 has no prior knowledge with regards to technical drafting and C2. So he will be reading the very first information sheet on drafting architectural layouts, which is to understand symbols for architectural plans. While si trainee number 2 naman that has prior knowledge for technical drafting and C2, we will be focusing today on how to do basic geometry on AutoCAD. So, trainee number 1, please proceed to our contextual learning area and read on information sheet 1.1-1 and answer the self-check after. While si trainee number 2, please proceed to our computer laboratory and we will begin our lecture on preparing computer-aided drawings. So again, welcome to preparing computer-aided drawings. I will be a trainer, John Nicolay Di Goncora. We'll be focusing on the second core competency, which is to prepare computer-aided drawings. Again, you will be assessed later according to your attitude, knowledge, and skills. For today, we'll be focusing on the third learning outcome, which is to lay out and produce computer-aided drawings. And we will be focusing on the first learning content, which is how to draw basic geometry. So we're gonna have first, before the video presentation, please read on information sheet 2.3-1 for geometry. And after that, you may answer the self-check and compare your answers to the answer key. You will be given 10 minutes for that. Done na? Okay, did you sufficiently learn the topic? Okay, not yet. So don't worry, I will be providing a video presentation on basic geometry.
Hi guys, this is the second part of the to start drawing. If you level, that's a
Okay, done na? Okay, so we will be continuing on the presentation on drawing basic geometry. So we will proceed on the lecture. Ayan. So first daw, let's draw a line. So remember that AutoCAD recognizes an object by its coordinates. So there are three types of coordinates or certain points in a three-dimensional setting. So it will be rather the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. You will be given 2 points po muna on a 2D setting for you to be able to draw a line. So basically, a line is a distance between 2 points. So to start a random point on your WCS for your first point, but you should specify the coordinates of your second point. So you will type the command line on your command window, or you may click on the line icon on the draw toolbar, or you will select line on the draw menu. Excuse me. Next is to specify the first point and to specify the second point. If you want to do a orthographic line, which is basically restricted into horizontal and vertical, you have to hit F8 daw, function 8, to have the orthographic mode on. You can give the command, specify the first point, and you will specify the distance between the 2 points. So in relation to the first point daw. So if you want to do it 7 units, you have to type 7. If we know the coordinates of the line we want to draw, we can simply type into the command line. So however, this mostly is not the case. So you will type the line command and specify the coordinates. So 4811 and 51123, for example. So maliban sa line, we have different shapes or objects or other things pa na we want to use in order for us to be representing more dun sa drawing, because that's the very point of AutoCAD. Computer aided design and drafting is basically a representation of the actual manuals in order for you to design or to build rather a building or a structure. So we can use rectangle commands. You have to specify the point A and the point B. So point A will be the top left and point B will be the bottom right. Next is the circle. So for the circle daw, you have to first identify the center of the circle or arc. And next is the radius of the circle or arc in relation to this center point. For the polygon naman, you're gonna have to specify the number of edges first. Next is you're gonna have to identify the radius in relation to the center. And lastly, you will identify if it is inscribed or circumscribed in a circle. So polyline naman po is basically multiple lines that is treated as a one line. So you actually group them. So you will type P line in order for you to draw polylines. You may also draw a closed shape, and you may also curve it, yung polyline, in order for you to have a more fluid designs. So this will be more helpful sa ating mga fluid designs like for trees, ponds, pools, etc. Hatching naman is basically filling up a certain enclosed space. So you may select what are the types of hatches that an enclosed space or an object should have. So there are particular types of hatches for particular materials. Like for example, yung square po na ito, yung honeycomb po ang kaniyang hatch that basically represents what we call insulation. Yung in between walls, yan po yung representation ng insulation. So para hindi magkaroon ng heat sa loob ng kwarto, we provide insulation po kasi. May it be sa pader, may it be sa bubong, and even floors, we have insulated floors minsan. So maliban po sa heat transfer, we also insulate our rooms for soundproofing. On the right side naman, yung medyo naka-curve na object, that is actually a hatch for concrete. So ibig sabihin, pagka naka-fill up yung certain na object ng ganyan, so that always represents that it is made of concrete. So after that, so tapos na po ang ating lecture. And next, I will be demonstrating on how to do basic geometry using AutoCAD. Okay, the first now is to draw basic geometry. So if you are doing basic geometry, you will type L for line, specify the first point, and as you can see, it is now you can actually locate the second point anywhere. But if you hit F8 for orthographic mode, you will be restricted to vertical and horizontal lines. So let's just say that here is the second point. So you basically draw a line. So the next daw po is if you want to draw circles, you will type C for circle, specify the center line of the circle and the radius. So let's just say na yan. So for rectangles naman daw, you should be able to identify the top left first corner point and the bottom right corner point of the shape. So you can also use polyline daw using PL. So you can draw multiple lines that has only one representation or selection. So isa lang po ang kanyang selection. While if you do the line lang, for example, ayan. So it is separate. You may also join the lines in order for them to become polylines, and you may also explode, type X to explode the selection of those lines. Next is using spline naman, type SPL and specify the points. So yan po. For example, yan. Ay, sorry. Yan. Oh, sorry. Yan. So it is a polyline that is curved. So what else daw? Type H for hatches. So these are solid hatch. These are for tiles. Litan lang natin para makita. Yan. Yan. So for example, those are tiles. Pwede ring lines. These are for roof, bubong. Ganyan ang itsura ng top view ng bubong. Bricks. Oh, sorry. bricks, ayan. Other types pa. Tiles, concrete, bricks uli, and etc. So those are basic geometry using AutoCAD. Are you ready for the demonstration? Okay. If you are ready, you may proceed to the practical work area and do the demonstration. So first, you have to draw a line down. Okay, good. Draw a circle. Okay. Draw a rectangle. Hatch. Okay, good. According to your demonstration, you satisfactorily performed the task. There is a certain minimal discrepancy on the dimension requirement of those shapes, but nonetheless, you performed it well, and I can now consider you to undergo the institutional assessment for tomorrow. So congratulations, and be ready for an institutional assessment for tomorrow. Okay, welcome for another day in our training. Welcome to Gemalin Manpower Training Center. And as scheduled for today, training number 1 will be focusing on Information Sheet 2.3-1 and Information Sheet 2.3-2, which is to draw basic geometry for preparing computer-aided drawings. And si other training naman po are scheduled for an institutional assessment for computer-aided drawings. So, training number 2, are you ready for the institutional assessment? Okay. Our institutional assessment for today will be 3 hours for the demonstration. With oral questioning, you will be given a specific instructions to the candidate in order for you to perform the said task, and you will be given 1 hour for the written exam. First, we're gonna have to do the written exam. Here is the post test. Please answer it for 1 hour. Are you done? Okay. So next is here is the specific instructions to the candidate. You will be demonstrating on how to do basic geometry, and you will be given 3 hours in order for you to do that. So please start. Done. Okay. So according to the results of your institutional assessment, firstly, sa ating written exam, you actually answered 85% of the questions right. So that is actually a passing grade. And for the demonstration naman, you performed well naman on using the AutoCAD in order for you to be able to prepare drawings for architectural layouts and details. But there is a slight discrepancy on the dimensions. And before that, I will gonna have to ask questions po muna regarding the institutional assessment. So what is the the standard height of a door? Okay. How about a window? Okay. So, yun, no? As I mentioned earlier, your demonstration is you did it satisfactorily. There is a certain discrepancy between the dimensions lang, but it is on a minimal discrepancy. So basically, it is a 1/8 of an inch, which will not be matter as well as it should have. And for your or for your oral questioning, you did it well. You answered it correctly naman po. And based on that evidences, I consider you now competent for preparing computer-aided drawings. Since this is your last core competency, you will be finishing up the whole technical drafting NC2 course. I will just first stick it on your progress chart. Ayan. Okay. Since this is your last, again, core competency that you need in order for you to pass or to end your training session for technical drafting NC2, you can now undergo the national assessment. Congratulations po. And I hope you do well on your national assessment. But before you leave, please answer this training session evaluation form in order for us to further improve, first of all, me as your trainer, to improve my training. Next is your training facilities, the training resources, and as well as the staff, training staff and administration of this school. So thank you. And once again, congratulations on your learning progress for technical drafting and C2. And I hope that you will do well on your national assessment.